Since we met last, several changes have taken place in the country and the world. But instead of dwelling upon them, we should try to understand them in their proper perspective in this conference so that we may be able to perform our duties in a satisfactory manner. Though some of you may legitimately feel that we will not be very much affected by what is going on in the world and other states. I am convinced that these events do have some effect on our work because they create extraordinary situations many a time which we will be called upon to take note of. So we must keep abreast of the happenings elsewhere and shape our own performance accordingly. It has been the endeavor of the government to see that every officer is properly trained in the work that he is expected to do. He should equip himself thoroughly not only to meet the present demands but also of the future ones by working in various capacities and places. He should acquire detailed knowledge of the several types of work in the various spheres. Then only he will be in a better position to assess the work of his subordinates and guide and direct them to do their work properly and efficiently. So I would very much like you to devote your personal attention to this aspect of the matter and provide adequate opportunities to your officers to get training in the various spheres. I shall be pleased to hear reports from you periodically as to what you have achieved in regard to this matter. Several instances have been brought to government's notice about the great discontent that is prevalent among the people, especially those in the villages. We are told that the common man is very much perturbed at the enormous delay in getting relief from the officers in respect of the many grievances brought to their notice from time to time. In my view, such discontent can very easily be removed. If you genuinely feel that a particular request made by an individual cannot be compelled with as per the rules and regulations in force, you can explain to them in a courteous manner why you are not in a position to oblige them. If this is done in a systematic manner, I honestly feel that the people will be quite satisfied. As a matter of fact, the common man is not at all so unreasonable as some of those who belong to the affluent sections of society. Though it may not be possible to redress all the grievances to the entire satisfaction of the persons concerned, you should always make an honest attempt to help the people. After all, most of their requests may not present you insurmountable difficulties and problems. There may, of course, be quite a number of them in respect of which you can pass favorable orders. In all such cases, pass orders without undue delay, as any action taken expeditiously will always be greatly appreciated and welcomed by the people. I want to impress upon you that under no circumstances you should send communications to the public coached in discourteous and offensive language. Even negative replies can be polite. Now let me pass on to another important subject. A number of welfare schemes costing several crores of rupees are undertaken for the benefit of a large section of the population. It is expected that such schemes will usher in happiness and prosperity to them. This is possible only when these schemes are executed properly and with a sense of devotion to duty. It should therefore be your constant endeavor to see that all these schemes are properly executed, avoiding all wasteful expenditure. You should exercise effective control over the staff at various levels who are actually in charge of the execution of these schemes. You should guide and direct them and there on proper lines. I am fully aware of the fact that you have nowadays to attend to a number of miscellaneous items of work, and very often you find it rather difficult to pay your personal attention to many of the important problems. In this connection, I would like to decentralize your functions and entrust the less important items of work to some of your well-trained subordinates on whom you have absolute confidence. There are problems like drought and famine, rains and floods, communal flingy, scarcity of essential articles, price hike, and so on. In all such matters, people are directly affected in their day-to-day life and seek relief from us. We cannot do much ourselves from the headquarters, and so we expect you officers on the spot to come to the rescue of the affected people and render all possible assistance to them. You know very well that the policy of the government is that of decentralization. We want that ultimately the local bodies, more so the village panchayats, should be in a position to carry out many of the duties now performed by the government, because then and then alone will it be possible to render useful service to every man and woman in this state. Panchayats are the backbones of local bodies. So I would very much wish you to guide these village panchayats on right lines. I should consider it a great achievement on your part if you succeed in bringing home to those in charge of village panchayats the perils of functionalism.